when you're somebody as great as basketball like him, people gonna listen to you what you say.
Have been seeing a lot of headlines having to do with one of the best basketball players in the world, Kyrie Irving, that have nothing to do with basketball. We're about to get into that now. And I want you to look at
Kyrie Irving tweeted out a link to a movie that is based on a book. He then claimed in this press conference he had watched the movie. I thought it was totally in play. He had not watched the movie and was just going to double down anyway.
I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community, and what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
Well, look, I mean, I think the reason why athletes and entertainers, why rappers and kind of other people are so important is because they have a broad cultural influence that exceeds necessarily their performance on the field. It impacts young people. It impacts other segments of society.
If on your social media you say, boom, here's a link to this, that tells me, hey, you should watch this. Correct? I mean, he's got 17 million Instagram followers, another 5 million or so on Twitter. He's got 17 million Instagram followers, another 5 million or so on Twitter.
I'm no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not?
He has put himself as, he says, I'm the voice for some of the speechless during the COVID. So now he has transcended from basketball and became an activist politically.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book,
can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of the title?
By putting it out there, people are going to say that you are
promoting.
promoting.
Yeah, put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
okay.
It's not
you put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff
Great.
is not
so let's move on.
filled
let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You're
human
free
being.
to post
I can post whatever I want, so say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that by
I don't have to understand anything from you.
It's not me.
Nothing.
By
it's no people that you're
you
making
did,
up, bro. Move on.
But by posting
move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question.
Anybody
Do
is
you guys
going
have
to
any more questions
and
for me?
they're going to say,
you guys have any more
does he have
questions? Because this is going to be a clip.
beliefs?
This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again. Next question.
I was probably one of the first guys on Twitter, and when I realized the power it had, I knew I had to be very responsible. Followers, platform, whatever you call it, I knew I had to be responsible. I try to make people happy. I try to make people smile. My formula has always been the same: 60% to make you laugh, 30% to inspire you, and 10% whatever I'm selling. You have to be aware of what you're doing, and you have to be aware that sometimes when you put stuff out, not everybody's gonna like it. Some people are conscious, some people are not. I could tell he's not conscious. He doesn't really care what's going on. But us, I know that the game that we used to love and we promote, it brings people together. And it hurts me sometimes when we have to sit up here to talk about stuff that divides the game. Now we got to answer for what this idiot has done. I stand for equality of all people. I've always been like that. Don't matter what religion, no matter where you're from. I could say shalom, salam alaikum, ni hao, say bon, because that's how I was raised. So I don't really want to sit up here and answer questions for what he's done. If you're looking at me, it's my job to make people happy. I can't speak for him and, answer for what he's doing. It's obviously by his answers and the way he answers, he doesn't really care. I think the NBA dropped the ball.
In what way?
I think he should have been suspended. I think Adam should have suspended him. First of all, Adam's Jewish. You can't take my $40 million and insult my religion. If you're gonna insult me, you have the right, but I have the right to say, no, you're not gonna take my $40 million and insult my religion. I think the NBA, they made a mistake. We have suspended people and fined people who have made homophobic slurs, and that was the right thing to do. I think if you insult the black community, you should be suspended or fined heavily, depending. I think if you insult the black community, you should be suspended or fined heavily, depending. I saw they did the same thing to the kid in Minnesota this year when he made the gay slur. I can't believe that we ain't talking about that. We're talking about this idiot. When you're somebody as great as basketball like him, people gonna listen to you what you say.
And their conversations are continuing with the Brooklyn Nets,
It's too
with
late
the NBA,
now.
but they're also looking at, they're looking at how do we move forward at this so we don't
too
go
late
through
now.
this again. No, it's not too late to say,
Ernie,
how do we prevent
Ernie,
this? It's not too late to do that. But I see, I see what you're
hold
saying.
on, I want to say this. The reason it's too late, the NBA is giving in to peer pressure. If one of our players do something, they have the right, the team or the league has to do something immediately. If you just give in to peer pressure, that's the problem I have. This should have been handled already.
Bruh. We call that out at ADL because it has a broader impact than just what he says. And so indeed, we called out Nick Cannon. So I think all of us need to, people who have, platforms like I do as the head of the ADL, like Nick does because of his role, to realize we need to use our positions of influence and authority to try to send the right signals to the constituencies that listen to us.
If Kyrie continuously posts alternative thought to status quo, that's going to wake up the young people, the lost people, the people who are taken advantage of by the same system that's trying to mute Kyrie. Because if they know that if the black people were to rise up out of our condition and become aware of who we are and establish a foundation, we could never fall for the things that we fall for. When's the last time you ever seen an Asian in the news dying by the hands of a police officer or dying by the hands of another Asian? You never see that because they have a very strong foundation and a very strong community. But make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, put your notifications on all. I'll catch you on the next one.